dawg079 content. Y'all already know what it is, bitch. What up, what up? You already know what time it is. Your boy Big dawg079 back with How I See It. Episode 2. For everybody who tuned in the first episode, I want to let you know I appreciate you supporting us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're going to be trying to do this on an everyday basis. And hit them notifications so you don't miss an episode. You know what I'm saying? Also comment if anything inspires you to do so. And let's get into it. So first thing we're going to talk about today, Britney Spears, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Britney Spears is in the news because she finally spoke out about the conservatorship that her dad got over her estate and over her well-being and all of that. Well, today was like the first day she really spoke out about it. And like basically her dad finessed her. Like her dad been finessing her this whole time. She described the situation as resemblant of sex trafficking or something. So that's where she was at with it mentally. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just checking it all out on the news. I'm checking it out on the news and everybody acting so surprised by the situation. But the same media accounts that's reporting this story is the same media accounts that made sure we all knew that she shaved her hair off in the barbershop. The same media accounts that let us know that she had checked into the hospital for mental health issues. And now they acting surprised by the fact that her dad took advantage of her. I was talking to somebody earlier and I was telling them like, well, shit, the same way you was able to publicize everything that was going on bad with her, maybe you should have did some research, because when she checked into a mental health hospital and all those other things, like that's public information. When she had a court proceeding, that's a public information. So as a media outlet, you could have went and got those public records and properly documented and reported what the circumstances of that conservatorship was. You know what I'm saying? But sensationalism is like really what the news is today. So they sold the bigger story to us, which was that she lost her mind. She's saying she didn't even know the circumstances or the ramifications of the conservatorship. She wasn't aware of it. She just found out that all she had to do was petition the court, and then that could have been dissolved. So like for me, man, it's just like, damn, you know, you think about Britney Spears, you know, that's the whole Disney group. Her and Justin Timberlake and all of them, you know, Christina Aguilera, they all came out of a little Disney group and all of that. So she been making money for her people since like day one. She been making money for them. And then you find out that like somebody like that, like you done played them kind of games with her. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, damn, you know, like that's fucked up, you know. I got a little sympathy for her because I suffer from mental health myself. I seen a doctor here in town and they said that I suffer from childhood PTSD, adult PTSD, extreme anxiety, and like those was all the things that they diagnosed me with before I went through another situation. So I'm pretty sure what I went through recently didn't contribute to that in a positive way. So I'm probably more fucked up than I was initially. You know what I'm saying? So you think about somebody that grew up in the public eye, and ever since they can remember, probably they had to make the right moves. Like it wasn't dropping something in the grocery store, some shit just as simple as that, just being a human being. You ain't never been allowed to be a human being. And then the people that you would traditionally trust to have your best interests, you know, they taking advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel sympathetic about her situation overall, and I'm just sending out positive energy towards her. I ain't the type of person to jump on no platform and be trying to capitalize on somebody else's downfall, because everybody have rough times. You know what I'm saying? So in a time when I could potentially have an advantage to get more views on YouTube or whatever, I'd much rather be gentle with somebody that's going through something as opposed to try to like kick them while they down. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that you can appreciate that about me. You know what I'm saying? And that lead me right into my next topic. Like, I didn't initially set out to try to be like a vlogger or a blogger or like a news source or nothing like that. I just kind of like was just like everybody else. I was just watching what was available. You know what I'm saying? And the bulk of the content that's available when it comes to hip hop is all negative. Like nobody is telling about the things. Like it's almost like we done took the hip hop culture and turn it into like a comic book or something, where everybody gotta have this underlying theme of evil or some drama going on. But like, so in that process, you stop remembering that these is human beings and they got regular lives like us. If you got kids, you got to go to the daycare, you got to go to the doctor, babies, you know what I'm saying? But nobody ever highlights that. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that as like you being a parasite. Like you being a hip hop parasite. You're not there to edify the culture. You're not there to highlight the culture in a positive way. You just like a vulture hovering around hip hop culture, waiting on something to go wrong so you can pounce on it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't never want to present myself that way, because like for me, that's my life. Hip hop saved my life. Rap music saved my life. Music in general. So for me to have a platform and misuse it in that kind of way, I feel like it's vulgar. You know what I'm saying? So like, what this truth teller? Hey, what's up, everybody? You know, and like, who are you, bro? Why everybody keep asking you all these questions? Why you hiding in the basement doing that? Because you crossing the line, and you know you crossing the line. You digging into people's personal lives, not just truth teller. Hassan Campbell with his turn the TV off lick and all that. You defying people's deaths, like you defiling grave sites, you defiling finality when you describe things like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no sensitivity to the family. You ain't got no sensitivity to none of it. It's just about you getting your views. Vlad TV, you know what I'm saying? Charlemagne the God, all those people like that. It's just like, I just want you to be aware of who you give your powers to, who you allow to be put on a pedestal, because authority and power is dangerous. And we so forgiving and so willing to be accepting of people, and that's a beautiful thing. I'm that way myself personally, but you gotta be discerning. That's what the Bible say. The Bible say be discerning. So that's what made me decide to start doing this platform and just trying to like put out a healthy balance of information, because I care about the form. I care about the art form to start with. Like, I don't really care if I get 1 view. I don't care if I get 1 million. I just care about putting some positivity out there in a platform, in a space where it's so much negativity. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Then like, we got to pray for them people down there in Miami. It was a condo that collapsed on Collins Avenue, man. And right now they still going through the particulars. The last news I checked, there was like 99 people that was still unaccounted for. So we definitely got to pray for them, man. And like, I don't really care about, like, I care about the circumstances, but I care about the people more than I care about the circumstances. So I'm not trying to report to you how the building fell apart. I don't know that. I just know some people hurting, and that we need to just pray for them, you know what I'm saying, and just try to put that energy towards like the firefighters, the first responders, and everybody else who got to go out there and try to recover those bodies, recover those lives. Just pray for them, man, and just put that energy behind them. You know what I'm saying? Something else I've been thinking about, like I just been thinking about it. I pay attention to the news a lot, you know, like the COVID push. Well, the push for the vaccination. You know what I'm saying? And for me, like, I just feel like I'm not one of those warped reality people that don't believe that COVID exists. I know it exists. I know people that had it. I think I had it myself. I said that in a previous video, that I think I had COVID myself. So I'm not one of those people that'll take a platform and try to like make it something that, like, make it conspiratorial. You know what I mean? That's a big word for you dumbass niggas out there. Conspiratorial. Go look that word up. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to do is make people think. I understand the urgency of an epidemic. I understand the urgency of trying to save lives. I understand the urgency of being caught off guard with something. You feel me? I understand that. But I don't understand why there's so little information about a vaccine that we got to put into our bodies. Like, there's so little information. We just like being asked to trust what we're being told. And even when it come down to COVID itself, we really don't know the derivative of that virus. We don't know. So we're not even being told healthy, like believable information about the origins of this virus. And then like it's 4 or 5 different pharmaceutical companies that's competing to get this vaccine here, there, and everywhere else. And if it's all the same vaccine, then why wouldn't these pharmaceutical companies just consolidate themselves for this one effort at saving humanity instead of competing? You know what I'm saying? And I've seen stuff about the vaccine causing irregular heartbeats, seeing teenagers die like weeks or days after taking the vaccine. That made me skeptical. I didn't take a vaccine because they wasn't able to properly identify what was wrong with me. I thought I was gonna die. That's how tough it was on me. I thought I was gonna die. And then it just kind of like went away. But like I'm a junior historian, I'll say, so like I got a context on history. I got a context on the bubonic plague. I got a context on smallpox. I got a context on influenza. You know, we had a president, Theodore Roosevelt, if I'm mistaken, he suffered from polio. So I understand the different epidemics that we've been affected by as a country. But it's never been a time in history where, like, if you went and got the smallpox vaccination, that they gave your kids like free candy or something. Like, I never seen it being sold in that kind of way, like packaged in that kind of way. So it just makes me suspicious, personally. You know, the thoughts, opinions, and views of this channel are solely mine and not encouraged or endorsed by anybody else. I just personally feel like it's a little suspect. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want you to sit here and listen to me like I'm somebody. I'm not nobody. I'm just another human being with an opinion. What I encourage is you to develop your own well-informed and educated opinion about the vaccine, the origins of the virus, the side effects of the virus, the possibility of death. Do all of those things for yourself before you get pulled into some kind of almost impulsivity of having free beers at the game or whatever that they may be offering at the time, you know. And that's that. We're going to get off that, you know what I'm saying? I won't touch on that too much, but I wanted to touch on it definitely because as a journalist, you got to have integrity as a journalist. That's my thing with the other hip-hop vloggers and all of that right there. Like, you don't have no journalistic integrity. It should be certain things you don't touch. It should be things that's delicately handled. It should be things that at any peril that I'm going to address because it addresses the greater good. When you decide to become a journalist or you decide to sit in front of your Android or your iPhone or your camera or whatever, and you decide to open your mouth and have an opinion about something, then you automatically got an obligation to try to provide that and deliver that in the most palatable way and most respectable way, in the most informed way. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm coming, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's this episode, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all checking in with me again. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And as I said at the beginning, I'm going to say it again in the end because the truth don't need no defense. If you want to keep getting this content, you want to keep hearing what I got to say, you want to grow with me as I grow as a vlogger, man, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and thank you again for joining us. And we're about here.